Well, my name is Marcus Jansen. I am a painter, first and foremost, I think, an artist, I guess, as well. Maybe a little bit of a philosopher in terms of painting, and I've been painting for the last 25 years. So I was influenced in the 1980s by the very vibrant graffiti art movement here in New York City. And yeah, I do very large canvases, usually oil enamels and mixed media. And I usually pull from global concerns and structures of power as a subject matter. I'm a native here in the city. My first residency was not too far from here in the South Bronx in Soundview. And we then moved to Long Island. I started school in Queens, then was transplanted to Germany for a long time. Spent my teen years there, and had most of my artistic training in Germany. Then signed up for the U.S. military. I was in the military for almost 8 years total. Was deployed with the Fort Bragg 18th Airborne Division to the first Gulf War. And found myself to painting really through a diagnosis of PTSD later, and which then ultimately got me back to the arts, seeing art as a form of, some kind of form of therapy for me. Painting is sort of, it's one of these mediums that slow people down. No matter how fast you're going during the day and you're watching, whether it's, regardless of what kind of news channel you're watching, it's sort of stuffed down your throat. And after a while, you become very numb to it, and it's actually quite silencing because you get so much of it that you just want to shut it off. With paintings, I find even still, people take their time, and there's a real sort of being in the moment and digesting it on your time. Yeah. And I think, especially painters, but that would go for most of the art forms, I would say. But in our field, I think that's an essential thing that we contribute, is to slow. When you come into a museum, you walk in, and it's just you in that moment for that time. And that's very unique nowadays because of our fast society and how fast we're moving to experience that. A good friend of mine is Lawrence Wojtek, who worked for Robert Rauschenberg for 30 years. And he's, I kind of call him like an engineer because he's a genius at almost anything that he does. He was a fabricator for Robert Rauschenberg for 30 years. And I learned so much from him. So again, this is sort of, the collaboration it's about meeting of minds, right? You get to exchange, and you get to really understand other people's ideas in terms of what is possible and other possibilities, really. Artists can bring a certain expertise in terms of, like I said, us thinking, one, outside of the box, which is generally, I think, what we do best, and two, just sort of expand the whole creative process, really. I think if I had a choice to join any kind of company or anything, I think it would have to be something humanitarian. Some sort, something that, I think, and this is where it kind of comes in, we live in a society, of course, that, where you get rewarded for how well you perform. Yeah, well, wouldn't it be great if we all got rewarded for, let's say, our humanitarian efforts? I mean, there was some kind of monetary response to that, So yeah, I think if it was something, it would have to do with people. And it would have to do with, I think, bettering our society somehow, any kind of organization or company of that sort.